14:37 on Tuesday the 5th of September 2017. I'm back in the place I started off this adventure to Germany in only nearly 2 weeks later. Now I'm in Zgorzelec. I've got an appointment tomorrow in a place called, near a place called Wask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look on Zgorzelec. Now I'm back in the Galeria Słowiańska, as you can see from up there. Parked my van here. With all the publicity I'm giving them, people might think that I've been sponsored by the Galeria Słowiańska. But I haven't been. So I'm going now to have a look around Zgorzelec. If any other shopping centres would like to sponsor me, do give me a ring. So I'm going for a walk in Zgorzelec. I've been here before. First time was in August 2004 with a lady. We came down here to do the business thing, and I saw for this cross here, which has been up since 2000, and that is to celebrate the 2000th anniversary of what they call the Christianization of these lands and 1,000 years of being within Poland. That's Poles living here for 1,000 years. Obviously, it wasn't been in Poland since 1945, but it was around 1,000 years ago. These lands were inhabited by people who spoke something akin to modern Polish. The German sort of advanced here, and then after the Second World War, became Polish. Of course, the locals didn't accept Christianity any quicker than anybody accepts any other religion these days, and that would have been done by force, not the sort of thing you really want to sort of remind people. Let's go this way. There we are. Pierogania, sell pierogi. As you can hear, there's quite a wind blowing today, which I suspect is unusual here in September. Lady Di, Italian style. And that is a very curious looking building. I hope it has a preservation order stuck on it. Although, as we've seen in recent times in this country, preservation orders don't mean much when state corruption is concerned. But it does look, to my, I don't know how old it is, but it looks very interesting. I'd like to point out these very tall buildings on the right, on both sides of the road. And that's the river Neisse or Nysa, depending on the language you're speaking. Separating Germany from Poland. And for many years, it required all sorts of problems to cross it. Now, thanks to Schengen, I can walk across without a passport or any other documents. On one side of the river Poland, and on the other side of the river Germany. And you can see the border posts. There's a red and white one, and one in the German colours on the other side. Two indeed. This is the bridge across into Germany. Many of the buildings here have been restored, particularly since 1995, and there's an anonymous donor who gives €500,000 each year to help with restoration in Goerlitz and Zgorzelec. So far, that person has made €11 million in donations towards the town. Towns. Or town, I don't know what I should say. I've been inside the church. Couldn't film because they want €1.50 per filming. So that put it outside my economic reach. Particularly when you've got a pair of trousers on with no money in. So I meant to change my trousers, but never mind. It's called Peter and Paul. Many churches on a cliff face were called Peter and Paul. It seems to me anyway, in medieval times. That church there dates back to the 12th century, and parts of it were built on earlier fortifications. Now let's have a look around the old town of Goerlitz. The house has the date of 1544 in it. The tower which you've just seen dates to the middle of the 14th century, or before that in fact, because that's when it was first mentioned, part of 4 towers which guarded the city, and here we've got remnants of the city fortifications. a wall on either side. I think this park was built in, well, it was science, and it was built in 53, 54. So it could have been turned into a park. Historical gardens built 1953-54 and renewed 1995 to 2000, and then you've got the opening times. You come to a place like this and it's and from here we see the city fortifications from the other side. Although the old town is on the other side of the fortifications. How about that then? See a bit more of the tower here. Dates to 1376. At least that was the first time it was mentioned. And it has the shields of the 6 towns of the Lusitanian League. Although there's 8 up there. So at least 2 have been repeated. And looking down there is the Altstadt. And now I know in the films, which was shown in the film, Inglourious Bastards, which was meant to be Sicily, if I remember rightly. They were shot here, in Goerlitz. I think it was in this street even. Although I can't recognise it now.
Ich sage Ihnen, dass ich auch zurückgegangen bin. Ja, wenn er hier rüberkommt. Na ja, bevor er rüberkommt.
Think how many times I've gone past it now. I'm unable to say how many it was. And I never saw this. Now in 2004, okay, I had a lot to do and I was exploring the other side. But amount of times I've gone to Germany from Poland and not seen any of this. Now, Steinstrasse, on the subject of films, I understand that, I can't remember the name of the film now, Grand Hotel Budapest or something like that, but that was filmed somewhere down here in an old retail centre, to use the modern word. And I have to say also that this one here on the right has quite an outstanding entrance and staircase. It's written there no photographs, but then they asked this for payment for photographs, so I didn't. Just spent the last hour or so with these people here, Leben is Meer, sort of Christians, missionaries going around Germany doing missionary stuff and discussing religion, which was a good discussion really, 2 points of view, and I shall certainly consider what he said to me, and very interesting, which normally isn't the case with these people. So full marks to Oliver, with whom I was talking. Oh, and it's got a little bit cold now. I was thinking earlier, why didn't I put my shorts on when I came out, and now I'm glad I didn't. I think this is rather similar to the fountain in Goerlitz in Gdansk. In front of the tourist office and in the main market square. I think this is the main market square. It's so clear now because the sun's out. Obermarkt. I understand that Goerlitz is quite popular with people wishing to retire because it's quite cheap by German standards, and you can always nip over the border into Poland and get things even cheaper, should you so desire. Goerlitz Silesian Museum. "75 years of the railways in Silesia." Earlier I mentioned the 6 towns in the Confederation: Lobau, Bautzen, Zittau, Lauban, which is now in Poland. Kamenz and Goerlitz. This is quite an outstanding place, really, isn't it? Now, this is noted for being a whispering portal, so you can see 2 people there speaking to each other, whispering to each other, and apparently they can hear each other as they speak. It's got some special acoustic abilities. So I'm back to the point where I started this walk around the old town of Goerlitz, and I suppose I better walk back into Poland now. As one walks across this bridge, there are no signs to say what the country is on either side. And in my opinion, that's a pretty good thing to have. Now, in the old days, before Schengen, you used to often drive into the town of Goerlitz to use the road bridge in the town and then go around the next 3 kilometers or so. And they did that because it was much quicker than using the motorway crossing, where there were often very long queues. Now, isn't that an easy way to cross a border? Different language, different currency. Much, much better than it was before. Visa, queue, obligatory money exchange, taking your card at bits, looking for things. This has to be the way of doing things. I didn't show you much in Goerlitz. I think I should have shown a lot more. Didn't find the retail centre was in that film, Budapest, Grand Hotel Budapest, whatever it's called. And here as well in Zgorzelec. I haven't shown a great deal. I remember a great deal more from last time. I remember going to the museum here, for example, on that Sunday in August 2004, 13 years ago. So this was taken by Poland in 1945. Of course, Poland lost a lot of land in the east. So this was sort of compensation for the land that the Soviet Union took. And then the German population was expelled, but also with it went the Sorbian population. Now, I don't suppose there were many Sorbian people living here, but the Sorbian language is very similar to the German language. So that may seem quite ironic, really. Better to have left the Sorbian people, although I don't suppose there were many Sorbians actually here. Another group of people who came here were Greeks after the Greek Civil War, which ended in 1948. So people who were communists, families of communists. I believe as many as 10,000 actually ended up here in Zgorzelec. I believe there were still Greek schools and Greek social club here until quite recently. There's also a Greek week or Greek festival, which I think is held in August. I'm not certain of that exactly. So the links are still there. Of course, many Greek people actually left Poland and went back home. Found that socialism wasn't much their liking after all. Streets of rather curiously shaped houses of the type I have never seen in Poland before. We've got the zoo, Goerlitz, on the right, or by going straight ahead. Shopping centre, Zgorzelec Plaza. I knew the people who started that company up. Mind you, that's a long time ago. They were from Israel. Started off in Hungary. The company's based in Holland, if I remember rightly. Always nice to get back and see your van waiting for you, popping its head up amongst all the other vehicles. I'm glad to see there's plenty of room in the car park, of course, because I felt a bit guilty had there not been. But having been here before, I know that doesn't happen here. Right, I've parked my van here for several hours. I better go and give them some money for it. So I think I'll be 400 zloty, 100 euros poorer by the time I next sign in.